This week, we'll bring you all the much anticipated excitement of the NBA playoffs, including Michael and the Bulls' defense of their title. We'll also see if the mailman can measure up, and if Grant Hill can help the Pistons escape the first round. We'll also take you to Rome for the EuroLeague Final Four and bring you the top 10 plays of the week.
Serving up a facial. Here we go. Look out! Oh, my!
Bryon Russell just may be one of the best players you've never heard of. But his exciting style of play has become difficult to ignore.
Russell left free for the dunk. Russell from Stockton. Oh, that's a tough shot by Bryon Russell. Hammer dunk. Oh, what a dandy. Oh, what a shot!
My attitude is to go out there and work hard and get the job done no matter what it is.
This no-nonsense approach to the game is the essence of the Utah Jazz. And few members of the team embody these traits more than Bryon Russell.
What a shot! Oh, Bryon Russell!
If I never seen Bryon Russell play, I'd be like, that's a hard-working guy. I mean, he want to get out there and get the job done, and I would want him on my team.
Though he might be overshadowed by his superstar teammates, Russell has his own way of catching your attention.
And I knew one thing, the guy has incredible hops.
A dandy by Bryon Russell looking down through the hoop, and he slammed it home.
You know, a lot of people don't know who he is, but the young man can play.
When Bryon entered the league in 1994, he was known for his defense. But during Utah's playoff run last year, Russell emerged as an offensive force.
Things were just falling for me. Everything was just dropping. And just national attention came to me.
Bryon Russell going coast to coast. Russell can get upstairs. Bryon Russell!
You better start paying attention to Bryon Russell.
And though the playoffs brought out the best in Russell, the Jazz still fell short of their first finals appearance.
Playoffs is a whole nother level, and we almost pulled it off, but almost ain't good enough. We just got to try again this year.
So far in the postseason, Utah has dominated their opponents, and Russell has energized the Jazz with his exciting play.
He realized in order to try to play, hard work was where it was at, and that's the only way he's going to get the chance, and it certainly has paid off for him.
Now an NBA title is within their reach, and the Jazz are relying on team chemistry to help achieve their goal.
We're close. I mean, this had to be the closest team I've been on since I've been here at the Jazz, and we stick together. It's like everything is do or die for us. We all out there in it to win it, and we all know what we can do out there.
Yes! Bryon Russell!
9.
Now it's time for the top 10 plays of the week in our courtside countdown. At number 10, it's the Miami Heat's point guard, Tim Hardaway.
Back the other way, Hardaway. Hardaway, killer crossover. Pick up the lingerie.
At 9, it's Charles Oakley to Patrick Ewing.
Oakley for you. Right at number 33 on that opening pass, and the Knicks for the 2-0 lead.
At number 8, it's the Rockets' Clyde the Glide Drexler to Akeem the Dream Olajuwon.
Whips a pass underneath to Olajuwon for the layup. A one-handed pass. The defense couldn't recover. Great pass by Drexler.
At number 7, it's Isaac Austin of the Miami Heat.
Here's Ike going strong for 2. That's well executed.
Austin having his way inside.
At number 6, it's Austin once again. This time he does it on defense.
And here's Oakley. Rejected by Austin. What a play by Isaac Austin.
Watch the defensive effort by him right now.
At number 5, this time Drexler and Olajuwon switch roles in the countdown.
Olajuwon with the drive, and look at the spin move. Oh, baby, by Clyde Drexler.
At number 4, it's the Chicago Bulls' Michael Jordan.
MJ. Oh, he did it! Now just watch this backdoor move by Michael coming, and naturally Mutombo's coming from the other side, but he's late.
At number 3, it's John Stockton of the Utah Jazz with this buzzer beater.
Finds answer another shot. John Stockton fires it up. Oh, wow! John Stockton, and we've seen that before. Now keep an eye on this. He banks this in. How about this one? Beautiful.
number 2. Clyde the Glide soars into the countdown for a 3rd time.
Rims it out. Clyde Drexler. Where did he come from? Clyde on the glide.
And the number 1 play of the week is from Larry Johnson of the New York Knicks.
Here's Johnson getting inside. Goes to the reverse.
Larry Johnson, watch this shot. Everything was closed out except his backwoods jumping layup.
I'm Jim Fagan for NBA Action. See you next time. We tip off our show with Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Utah Jazz and Chicago Bulls. After winning 2 straight games and tying the best-of-7 series at 2, the Utah Jazz cruised into the pivotal Game 5 with confidence. But they realized that a loss to the champs would be a blow to their championship dreams.
Never in the history of the NBA has any team ever gone on the road and captured Game 6 and 7.
It's not going to be a lot said. It's just going to be a war out there, and whoever has the biggest heart is going to win tonight.
The Bulls' determination would have to take on a special meaning on this night. Their legendary superstar Michael Jordan had the flu, and when he arrived for the game, no one was sure if he'd even play.
Well, I've played many seasons with Michael, and I've never seen him as sick to the point to where I didn't even think he was going to be able to put his uniform on.
Early on in Game 5, Stockton, Malone, and the rest of the Jazz couldn't be stopped. Meanwhile, the weakened Bulls were defenseless against Utah's offensive onslaught.
In three-point land up over Jordan, and he buries the three-pointer, and Utah leads by 10.
Chicago needs a timeout.
The Utah Jazz have been unbeatable.
The Bulls found themselves in all sorts of trouble. Their star's strength was clearly drained, and many wondered if he could continue.
Watch him on the sideline, and even before the game, he was just listless. You know, could hardly sit up. I've never seen him look like that.
In the second half, MJ refused to quit. Somehow, he found the energy to lead his team back into the game.
Driving layup for Michael, and Chicago is down now by 12. Stockton, who drives it across, makes a bad pass, and here comes Jordan. Here's that aggressiveness. Pippen's on the right. Here's the pass for the layup, missed it, and a slam by Jordan.
Michael Jordan playing on heart and spirit.
Soon, Michael's teammates followed his lead.
Up the court to Kukoc, going to fire for the lead from three-point line. Got it!
And this the best spurt of the night by the Bulls.
Playing like champions, the Bulls trailed by just 5 going into the final quarter.
Yeah, baby! That's the way they should be playing.
In the closing moments of Game 4, John Stockton hit a big three-pointer. Now, he'd hit another crucial 3 to put his team up, and the Bulls once again looked like they'd lose. The athletic Brian Russell had been defending Jordan all game, and only a miracle from his airness would save the day for Chicago. With just over 30 seconds remaining, the miracle maker would come through in the clutch.
Back Michael, open 3, yes!
Michael Jordan from straight away.
They lead it, 38 points for the Kings.
And the Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz. A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
Somehow I found the energy to stay strong. I wanted it really bad.
He had an unbelievable game. He had a great game. You know, I give credit where credit is due. You know, he played his butt off. He did all this stuff to help him win. And he, like I said, he just had a tremendous game for him, and he had big shots down the stretch. I was amazed that he even played. The fact that he went out and was able to muster up the kind of performance that he did speaks volumes for him. And you can't say any more about a guy than that.
Coming up next,
It's Game 6 of the NBA Finals between the Chicago Bulls and the Utah Jazz.
we'll see if Michael Jordan and the Bulls were able to win their 5th NBA title.
Flashes, drives, lane, underhand, good for Michael.
Now it's time for the best of the Spalding ball handling performances of the year. This week's honor goes to the Raptors' Damon Stoudemire.
Stoudemire looked at Harper as he hit the deck like he was concerned for him for a moment.
Yeah, a lot of concern. Hey, I'm going to fake you right out of your shoes. By the way, you all right? As I hit this jumper.
Now we go back into the action for Game 6 of the '97 NBA Finals between the Jazz and the Bulls.
It's a game in which we're all a little nervous about going out and performing well and doing the right thing. You never count a team out, and we don't plan on just going out.
Is this the 5th coronation in 7 seasons for King Michael Jordan, his heirness?
Let's go, Bulls! Let's go, Bulls! What time is it?
Oh, that was the best one yet.
With the Bulls 1 win away from the title, Game 6 would prove to be a classic. And despite the pressure, the Jazz played aggressively.
Jordan puts it down. Cut off in the lane. They've turned it over. Ostertag puts it back in Stockton. Stockton looks for numbers. Going to drive. Going to go for the layup. Yes! Hornacek rotates the dribble to the top. Going to fire the three. Here it is. Good! Jeff Hornacek.
Utah controlled things early on, and it appeared that the Jazz would become the first team to take the Bulls to a 7th game.
Stockton with the beautiful ball to beat Hoffer.
But as the second quarter came to a close, Michael Jordan beat the buzzer.
Last 5 seconds. Michael keeps it on Anderson. Blows right by him. Right side made it. No contest.
At halftime, the Jazz held a 7-point lead, but the game was far from over. And as the third quarter began, the Bulls turned up the intensity.
Air ball. And it is Jordan. Jordan crossover left hand. Back to the right. Puts a move on Hornacek. Goes on the net. Beautiful.
Chicago's pressure defense frustrated the Jazz as the Bulls cut into their lead. And even as Jordan tired near the end of the third quarter, his teammates were more than ready to take advantage of their opportunity.
Run down, Bushler safe it. Bushler fires 3 with 3 seconds to make it. What a great shot by Jud Bushler.
This clutch three-pointer by the seldom used Bushler inspired the Bulls heading into the final quarter.
And here comes Scottie Pippen back down the right. Scottie Pippen fires a 3. Good! Chicago down 2. Dribbles out, brings a rookie. Penetrates. Bushler. Ball movement. Kerr 3. Chicago leads it on Stevie Kerr's 3.
With Chicago taking their first lead since early in the first quarter, it was time for the superstars to rise to the occasion, like regular season MVP Karl Malone and Michael Jordan.
Michael cuts free. Kukoc hits him on an inbound, and Michael comes into the paint, flashes 14-footer, good!
With just 28 seconds left and the game tied at 86, Utah had the ball.
Bounce low. Open Anderson, got it wrapped around, missed the shot.
The missed layup gave the Bulls a great chance to take the lead. Everyone expected Jordan to take the final shot, but the Bulls had another plan.
He comes off. I'll be ready.
Pippen outside the arc on the left. 8 on the shot. Hands back Jordan. Here's 6 on the shot. Jordan keeps the dribble. Jordan fights. Jordan hits Kerr. Kerr, 18-footer, good!
Now the Chicago Bulls were 5 seconds away from their 5th NBA title.
Now Russell waits. Waycross, fast pass, it's over. Chicago's won it. Over. 5 titles in 7 years. Chicago will win the NBA championship.
I didn't know. All right, here goes my wheel. Come on,
Come 1998, you guys can go out and celebrate and go back to every city and say we won number 6. Hopefully number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10.
Your email. This week's question comes to us from Fonthep Lousy of Sydney, Australia, who asks, which player has won the most NBA Finals Most Valuable Player awards? Well, Fonthep, Chicago Bulls guard Michael Jordan has won the MVP award in each of his finals appearances. MJ captured his 5th trophy in just 7 years, with an unforgettable performance in the 1997 finals against the Utah Jazz.
Right now, we're in the locker room.
Now, we take you behind the scenes to check out all the sights and sounds of the 97 NBA Finals.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Chicago for the NBA World Championship Game 1. The Jazz with Stockton and Malone against Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and company.
Relax. I'm not going to fool you. I'm not going to fool you. Relax. Relax. Yeah, B. Way to go, B. Russ. Same thing you get, John. But no, I don't want to hear that. Come on. Fight for the ball. You kicked it. Kick this Chicago ball. Oh. No shot. No shot. 18 pushes him out. 1+. No shot. No shot. No shot. Yeah.
It's all over. Let's go to Salt Lake.
That's all what we see, not what we think we see.
MVP and his partner for 5 NBA titles are holding court.
And the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship.
The Bulls have repeated. For the third year, Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls have climbed the Mount Olympus of the NBA.
Make it 4 in 6 years. As they defeat the Sonics 87-75.
2 guys or 1 guy can't win a championship. Michael never won anything before I got here. Me and Michael never won anything until we had that core of guys of Bill Cartwright and Horace and Paxson. But we feel like that we've been the backbone of winning.
Pippen and Jordan are at the heart of Chicago's success. They're the only players to participate in all 5 of the Bulls championships.
And when you talk about tandems or duels, there's no way you can't talk about the 2 of us.
Michael in transition.
We're capable of taking over a game offensively and defensively.
Coleman controls. DC blocked by Pippen. Kerr gets it to him. Scottie hands to Mike.
By 21. Jordan with the steal. Look out, has Pippen.
Oh, yes, sir. Showtime. Michael Scottie.
We see a lot of the same things out on the court. We kind of analyze what goes on in the game and we're able to elaborate on it.
I thought you were set. I thought you were set. I thought you were punching. I was faking and then going into rebound.
I think that's the plus of the relationship of the talents that we have.
Okay, I'm out. What? I'm the curve cut.
For Jordan and Pippen, perhaps the most rewarding part of their accomplishments is that they've achieved it as teammates.
Yeah, right.
Everything has been special because we've tried to take it to a higher level, a level that no one has ever been able to reach.
The most interesting thing about their relationship is that they have a way of inspiring one another. When Jordan retired for 18 months, Pippen was always on his mind.
Yeah, he's one of the reasons that I came back. You know, him, Phil, the camaraderie that we had when we were winning.
I forgot.
You know, you just try to cherish the moment. You don't look down the road or into the future and try to visualize what's going to happen. You just sit back and, you know, and let things fall in its places.
You're going to play. You okay? Start, Scottie.
This has been one of the best things about them is they come out, they practice hard, they lead the team in the drills that you want your team to learn how to execute. They play hard.
Jordan putting the moves on. The look away.
Throughout the years, Jordan and Pippen have overcome all obstacles. And when they walk away from the game, These two legends will undoubtedly be regarded as one of the top duos of all time.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yeah! It is all over.
I want people to remember us as the greatest duo. Not just for our individual skills, but what we've been able to accomplish as a whole.
That's going to mess with these boys. Let them know what's going to happen.
That kind of leadership is something you just don't want to leave behind and say, well, we can find leaders like that.
I'd like to finish my career out with Scott, and with Phil, so that we can, if changes happen, at least we've done it together. We've taken it to the max.
It may not happen that way, but that's the way we would love for it to end.
Now it's time for the top 10 buzzer beaters of the year in our courtside countdown. At number 10, the Los Angeles Lakers' Shaquille O'Neal.
Fadeaway. For Shaquille O'Neal, 15 in the fourth quarter, and this one barely beat the buzzer to win.
Number 9, the New York Knicks' John Starks.
Starks, he'll have to fire it. He does. Got it off the toe. He hit it. It's over. The Knicks have won in dramatic fashion.
At number 8, Portland point guard Kenny Anderson.
Kenny going to take the shot, throws it up. They're going to go. It goes in the buzzer. Kenny Anderson wins the game. Blazers win.
Number 7, it's the Pacers' Reggie Miller.
Here's Reggie. Here's the turnaround. Here's the shot.
Oh, my boy. Unbelievable.
Well, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and Reggie just stuck a dagger right in the heart of Boston with a 3.
At 6, Houston's Eddie Johnson.
Now it's Maloney with 1/8 of a second. Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson in game 4 at the buzzer. He hits a 3-point field goal to give Houston the win.
Number 5, Miami's Vashawn Leonard.
Leonard will double punch it in, went down at the buzzer. Leonard!
At number 4, the Detroit Pistons' Lindsey Hunter.
Throws it up towards the basket. Oh, no! Tie game!
What a play as the Celtics just got outboxed.
Number 3, Utah's John Stockton.
Stockton, open 3. Yes! John Stockton sends the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals.
At number 2, Chicago's Michael Jordan.
Here he is, pull-up 18-footer. Yes! At the buzzer! Michael Jordan shows again why he is the #1 MVP in the world as Michael Jordan wins Game 1 for the Chicago Bulls at the buzzer.
And the top buzzer beater of the year comes from Rex Chapman.
For the tie!
That's it for today's show. Tune in next week for the top 10 dunks of the '97 season. I'm Jim Fagan for